Hello everyone and welcome to another pick a card reading. Well, due to popular demand, I'm back once again with an RPG pick a card reading with the Bubblies, also with a really nice RPG kind of deck to go with it. And this RPG reading does have a special theme because RPG, the four Bubblies and adventure and their heroes really. So every hero is kind of helped by Pallas Athena herself. So this is a bit like if you're the hero of your own story, bubbly, whatever, how does Pallas Athena come to your aid? Especially now that she's retrograde, and especially that she will oppose Mercury, which means a moment of conversation when you can figure out what kind of help she can offer you. So this will be the deck which is her, help. So let's begin straight away. We have Sorcerer Bubbly. Well, a short introduction to each character, but you can also check out the previous Bubbly pick-a cards where you can also find the similar introduction. So Sorcerer Bubbly is someone who is blessed with the intellect, a little bit rebellious in his ways, uses sorcery, so the transmutation of reality, and symbolically resolution of conflicts to, be the intermediary person, so you can really even apply it to real life, so that's his speciality. Then we have Warrior Bubbly, Warrior Bubbly, of course, who is very, let's say, Capricorn, not necessarily that he's a Capricorn, because he can very well be an Aries, just joking. But he gets what he wants through strength, determination, ambition, using his Mars, the warrior spirit, strong life experience and common sense. Where, for example, Sorcerer Bubbly could very well transmute everything so that it fits him more. So we have then High Priestess Bublina, the healer. So, as I already said it, she's a healer. She is extraordinary, supportive, nurturing, understanding. She is definitely a deep spiritual lady. Now, of course, you don't have to choose the Bubblies according to your gender, not really, but more like what role you kind of identify with. So she's all about dreams, mysticism. Her main skill is intuition. Then we have Ranger Bublina, who is extraordinary, dexterity, you know what I mean? She is very, very agile in the mind and the intellect, knows to spot an opportunity. She resolves everything from distance because, she's a ranger. The bow and arrow represent, unlike Warrior Bubbly where he's in melee range, confronts the problem straight on. Ranger Bublina shoots the problem down before it even gets to her. And she has a very strong connection with nature, so nature always helps her. So this is kind of the introduction. Again, we have Sorcerer Bubbly, the Magician. We have Warrior Bubbly, the Fighter and probably the leader. We have High Priestess Bublina, the healer and the spiritualist. We have Ranger Bublina, who takes care of things quickly from the distance, and Scout, of course. She spots everything. Yeah. So, with this being said, we'll put the other Bubblies away. And we'll start with Sorcerer Bubbly. So if you have chosen Sorcerer Bubbly, then stay tuned. So let's see. And of course, this is more like a spiritual guidance, not a predictive or actually to be taken that seriously kind of reading. But maybe those who are actually playing a very strong and important life karmic role in their lives right now, maybe they could take it a bit more personally. So anyway, let's see the present. Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Five of Cups. Four of Pentacles. And this Lost Land. This is like an extra card, an addition. So what this says to me is that Magician Bubbly was not so long ago kind of, the Queen of Wands. Really, really motivated, sticking to a plan, sticking to a decision, a choice, something that represented like more an inner psychological structure and motivation in his life. And then there is the Ace of Pentacles, where that was probably to achieve greater stability, whatever that means to you personally. Maybe materially, maybe a better home, a more stable, friendlier environment, something, which also is like the beginning, because it's the Ace of Pentacles. So something that should last for quite a long period of time, and maybe either this is a relocation, either this is pursuing something, an action that you were ready to take in order to achieve something, or this can be an opportunity that you were seeking somewhere, maybe overseas, or maybe something fresh and new, or maybe just a new shape, a new, let's say, format to your modus vivendi, actually, because that can also be the Ace of Pentacles. A new way of doing things, a new way of, let's say, living things, a new way of processing. But Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups, and Four of Pentacles. This is where either you were disappointed exactly by what you were seeking, or something else really tuned down. Maybe your self-worth, or maybe you're scared of commitment, or maybe you just feel that you need something better, stronger, more stable. And this Lost Land, well, this can represent that what the Sorcerer Bubbly do when he just doesn't know what to do. Well, he calls upon spirit. He calls upon spirit guides, you see. Maybe a fairy, a female deity, a female spirit. So I do believe that this is kind of Warrior Bubbly's quest right now. Sorry, Sorcerer Bubbly's, Magician, whatever. That he kind of needs to get over this disappointment, disillusionment, or maybe a little bit of sorrow returning from not so long ago, a recurring disappointment, that it's not all that much real, but it doesn't matter, in order, fix a bit of self-worth thing, or to feel courageous, to feel worthy, to keep this Queen of Wands, the sunflower is a very, very important symbol. Whatever you maybe started, initiated, decided upon in the summer, sunflower, maybe in August perhaps, not to let that die down, not to let the Fool. So yeah, I think you want a reset, in a sense that you really just want to break free from everything, from all this disappointment, even maybe from your own initiatives, maybe even from yourself, just to break free and to start something truly that you've never done before or never lived before, or truly fresh and new, not necessarily something material physical, but rather for you to feel that. And the Six of Swords, to maybe you're looking to truly get over something, someone, something, move on, be already somewhere else, even if this is like just a transit. Maybe you're much closer to the finish line, or having moved on, or symbolically where the, Charon takes the soul to the other side of the Styx, or, wherever the gondolier takes the passengers who are moving obviously on from something sorrowful, or they just want to move on, But the journey is a transition. So even if they're very, very close to the finish line, to the other side of the river, the body of water, well, sometimes it doesn't matter, because it does feel that you cannot go on anymore, that you just want that new already, that you want to bypass and just jump to this the zero moment. King of Cups, King of Wands. I think the reason why the disappointment, or both in plural, started or are starting or have been kicking in, is because maybe you were a bit too ambitious, too hyped, too motivated, and maybe this Ace of Pentacles already represented that this full moment could have been very easily accomplished by you and your forces alone, solo, because you did have something, but it was divine timing in a way, delaying you a little bit through inner forces, through maybe sending you into a bit of a disillusionment with something, someone. And what this disappointment or disillusionment, or I don't know, might have maybe nothing to do with your immediate purpose, your adventure, if you know the adventure that Sorcerer Bubbly was on. Maybe this was something that you did not necessarily expect. A heartbreak, a lost friendship, your own feelings being different all of a sudden. So anyway, this Four of Pentacles really made you think about your self-worth, about what either emotional, material, or even stability philosophically means to you. And that delay was because you have some kind of support there that either you're not seeing, you're not using, or a new friendship is coming in to your life that will, how should I say, make this full moment for you enjoyable, not a risk, not fearful, not just truly stepping into the new. It will give you security. This can either be what makes two kings, that's a male energy, an older male or a male friend, a new male friend, a father figure, your father, boss, manager, but someone who is in an authoritarian position, but offers support, help, or something, or someone who encourages you, someone who gives you a gentle push from the back. Or this can be you. This can be you in someone's life to show your true colors, but in the most positive way. So this to me says that there is still some kind of support that you need to receive. Or, and another king. So yeah, this is so weird. Three kings. But yeah, Ten of Cups. completion of either someone's offering you support and you accepting it, someone offering you apology, reconciliation, or accepting it, someone new appearing in your life and offering you unconditional help, support, or encouraging you, or some things, or your father steps in, or whatever that means to you and lends you help, support, whatever a father has to do. But even if this is a new person, it's something that is basically in a way owed to you. So, in an RPG way, I would say that actually Sorcerer Bubbly has an ally, a secret ally, who, they need to meet. They need to form an alliance. So that's why the adventure is kind of guiding those two together. So let's see what Pallas Athena might have to suggest. These cards I won't take reverse, so it doesn't matter. With this deck, I don't choose to have reverses for them. Oh, how beautiful the sun. Again, you see the sunflower symbol recurring. What does the sunflower mean to you? Or what happened this summer? What happened summer time? Creativity, blessing of creativity, blessing of optimism, blessing of friendship, blessing of support of others. All of these can represent the sun card, self-acceptance, acceptance of the ego, where you say, well, I'm actually okay, what else more, what more would I want from myself? I'm actually okay. I'm in more than acceptable standards, so maybe it's time that I leave myself alone in a good way and mind, something other else where I can improve my life, because the ego or self or what the sun, what you emanate in the world is more than okay. Elder of Water, so this is like the King of Cups. Yeah. And Six of Water. Yes, Pallas Athena is going to send you either an ally, right? Or a very strong, powerful, impacting, a significant, so, emotional support, help, something that truly gives you the strength of emotions within you. And the Six of Water can also represent, besides gratitude and actually feeling in your element, being part of something and that being your rightful place. A similar event when either an ally or a strong emotional motivation saved the day or turned the situation into something really, really positive and favorable might have happened 6 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. So maybe you're getting similar signs that it's coming. So any guidance from Pallas Athena? Child, so yeah, just be free. Just live this, live this. Allow, good or bad, as in bad, frustration, disappointment, the stagnation or halts that the disappointment is causing in your life and you don't even care all that much. So yeah, everything's part of the trail. So I guess this was the guidance for Sorcerer Bubbly. Thank you so much, Sorcerer Bubbly fans, for tuning in. And until next time, bye for now. So hello everyone who has chosen Warrior, Paladin maybe, Bubbly. So let's see. his adventure and his present situation. Warrior Bubbly, stop getting in the way. Maybe you should lose a bit of weight or something. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. The High Priest, 10 of Pentacles. Wow. What is this, Warrior Bubbly? Did you win the lottery or something? 7 of Swords. Well, guess not. Guess that clarifies it. 3 of Swords. Well, this isn't going all that well. 8 of Swords. 3 of Wands. Okay. The Sun. Now, what this means to me is that, well, Warrior Bubbly, is actually doing quite alright in his adventure, whatever is supposed to, be his story and where he needs to be and what he has to fight for ultimately. Well, all of that is okay, but Warrior Bubbly also has personal life and like friends and other stuff, in his life which can sometimes distract him. So we'll speak about that which might be distracting him in a moment. But first, this 8 of Pentacles, High Priest, and the 10 of Pentacles is what I perceive as a message that, like 8 of Pentacles, you have, if you want, so much to do. You have so much to learn, so much to offer, so much to, I don't want to necessarily say create, but be productive, but what that means for you, of course. Not necessarily be productive, go work and stuff like that. No, this is rather a period when you want to be productive because it's a cycle of mastery in your life. When you're allowed to build, to experiment, to be creative, to invest into learning skill, trying out new in skill sense, experience, professional or not. And the High Priest also represents that, there are a lot of, core values that you followed all your life that may be, values and value systems, especially if they're inner ones, they are part of who we are. As High Priests, ultimately, they are our faith. If you get what I'm saying. There are certain periods globally when one type of value system is not doing all that well and another one flourishes. Now, the High Priest in astrology is Taurus, and we did have the Great Conjunction in Taurus in 2000, and that cycle ended in 2020. So you can imagine that in this new cycle, actually your value system, what you come here with, what you developed, what you are loyal to, what is specific to you, is experiencing an uprise, which is a slow and steady process. Maybe it will take 10 years, but in that 10 years, in a way, as you progress, as you maintain a fraction of creativity, involvement in sharing, as a teacher, as a service that you have, even if this is just something purely personal, not necessarily professional, if you maintain a little bit of this, it's like you can't really go wrong in the next 10 years. Because actually, the type of value that you are aligned to or with, or some people, they just inherited it from their family, from their parents, from their community, that is, how should I say, which is destined to flourish in the coming 10 years. Which means, in a way, you can't go wrong as long as you're at least minimalistically there. It's gonna. So, in this sense, whatever you're doing, as I said, the big picture, what is most important to you, creatively, productively, learning, etc., regardless if that area of life right now is in highlight or in the background for you, you're doing good. And there is a promising future on the long term, of course. What is right now in your life? Well, to be totally honest, it doesn't matter all that much. Even if you don't see the prosperity or the promising economic, not even economic, the promising, like material climate that could allow you to prosper and, as I said, experiment with skills and live the value that you are. So, moving on, the Seven of Swords and Three of Swords and Eight of Swords. This is like being caught up in a mental spider web of, well, the Seven of Swords. Maybe this is like what it is that you should be having in your life and you don't. This is not necessarily expectations. This is very fears that you do not see how what you're living doing right now is gonna work out all that very much. And maybe in this sense, other people sparked up your fear. Maybe you see other people, how should I say, taking certain precautions that you're not, or having certain securities that you don't have in your life, but which you can't even afford time-wise to have. So you see that you might be doing the right thing, but you might also be not. And if it's not, then it's bad. You know what I mean? Fears. And the Three of Swords, I do see here that someone let you down, or there is like a heartache moment that is approaching, and you feel a little bit trapped, you're blinded, you're trapped in these thoughts, in these fears, in these what ifs, and you might not be seeing this, that, well, okay, no one says whatever you're thinking of or whatever is present in your mind is from to a certain degree real and valid, or call it whatever you want. But the Three of Wands and the Sun, maybe in spring next year, or maybe in 3 weeks, or you will be seeing this really, you just need a bit of illumination, to see the opportunity, to see things a bit differently. Maybe right now there is miscommunication. Maybe things are not really what they seem. Maybe, it's not that it's not real what you think or how you see things right now. It might be real, but it can change so very quickly. So don't let yourself be caught up in this. And this, what is this? Let's check what the heartache is, because, Six of Cups. From the past. Someone you lost. Someone who you miss deeply. A friend who you miss. Feeling a bit alone, but Not that you don't have people and stuff like that, but no one can fill this void because either it's a specific person who either is not with us anymore, or their situation is, I don't know, complicated, difficult. They're in married, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, a sense of incompletion. Okay, a sense that something didn't complete, someone didn't reach out to you, or, just. But the Chariot, as in, maybe this is Jupiter and Heretic in Pisces, that timeless state where not even the rays of the optimistic sun can change all that much your view, better said, of things. Because this isn't like doom and gloom, depression, heartache in that sense, but more like a rather, emotionally cold or heartbreaking or not so okay state. As in, if you miss someone, and if you'd wish that things would be better, or you might, them or you, or would have not done this and that, like, and these things are normal to a certain degree. So yeah, there is a period when we have to think about all these silly things, but even they have their own conclusion. That at the end of the day, the conclusion with this King of Swords is gonna be that, well, the way things happened was still the best possible version. So basically, all your what ifs are gonna just lose the argument with themselves. So yeah. Okay. But whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, those, thoughts that cut like razors, the bad kind of reality check, where it's not really pessimism because you're working with something that is real, but does it really mean all that much to you if you don't give power to it? Yet still, I must say, giving power to it in a certain period is also part of the game, because that has its own wisdom and conclusions. So, for Warrior Bubbly, maybe an advice guidance from Pallas Athena. Temperance, just two major arcana. Okay. So this means that justice, maybe you feel a certain kind of injustice, but you're ready to move on. You know the necessity to move on, to heal, to reach balance, to exactly shut off the overthinking tendency of your mental sphere. But the Hangman, the tree here, well, ultimately it is what it is. So, not feeling very okay, and your thoughts being disrupted by that Three of Swords, that heartache, whatever that is, that's also normal. And as I said, there is strong wisdom in it. And the Seven of Air, maybe feeling a bit lost or straying off the track, is not really a big deal. Even if it doesn't lead you anywhere, even if you have to retrograde and go back on your tracks, you learn the road that much more. Yet there is the other version where you end up somewhere even more ideal and you figure out a shortcut. So being lost many times is not our enemy, if you know what I mean. But the hangman, maybe you need to experience all of this to judge a situation differently when the moment of clarity sinks in, sets in. And Pallas Athena, let's see her blessing. This is pretty interesting. Death and Four of Earth. This kind of means that whatever it is that either you lost or whatever went in a certain way, you'll be grateful. You see the wisdom, you'll see that it was so good that it happened the way it did. It had a very strong meaning. It helped you detach it done you a favor to detach. So yeah. Thank you so much everyone who have chosen Warrior Bubbly for listening. And until next time, bye for now. Hello everyone who has chosen High Priestess Voblina. So let's see, like for the other bubblies, her journey, her story, her adventure. So the present. And then guidance from Pallas Athena. We'll take the Ten of Cups, okay. The Empress. The Tower reversed. Two of Cups reversed. The World popped out. And this, like, reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Interesting. But we need at least a few more cards to get a better idea of what High Priestess Voblina is going. We'll keep the Magician and the Four of Wands reversed. The Magician reversed. Okay, the Magician also reversed, I see. Oh. Okay, I get it now. Now, this situation can truly be so very many different things for different people, but the imprint might be similar. So this is where, like, for some people, I immediately see what this means. For maybe one specific viewer or listener or whatever out there who is a female and who is in a relationship and maybe has fertility problems or tried to have a baby and either it didn't work out very well or she had medical problems because of it and the baby doesn't survive. So the lady and the partner, of course, might be in a vicious emotional cycle in that sense where hope succeeds, loss of hope, and so forth. It's almost like they feel that something is playing with their souls because it's such a sensitive subject. But the idea is really this. So I'll get straight to the point. Not all is lost. Really, to be totally honest, that is the main message for everyone, regardless of what your situation is. Not all is lost. There is a certain quiet right now where you might be waiting either good news or bad news, or you might be waiting for someone, something, or fate herself to, break this strange silence. And, the Ten of Cups and the Empress. The positivity, the hope that you have in your heart, that which you put to the table, so to speak, that's founded. So that's not blind hope, illusion, false hope, wishful. It is very, very founded, you know. But at the same time, surrender of an acceptance that it's not gonna happen, that could also be founded. But maybe this is the moment when you're truly ready. Either to give up for good, to try, but you're not sure. So this Ten of Swords reverse says it's not over yet. Now for other people it's different a bit. Maybe this, Two of Cups reversed and with this Four of Wands reversed to me says some people went through either a separation, divorce, and they just simply couldn't find a partner since, even if it's 10 years. And as I said, not all is lost. Not all, that's all I can say right now, that not all is lost. While for other people, this is where maybe they had a love story, if you know what I mean, and it was lost, but not necessarily as a bitter divorce or but rather the love was lost in a different way where it wasn't your choice and the lover's choice, and something returns back to your life from that distant past, or from that past, or that which you thought was lost and you don't even dare to dream about it. See, don't even dare to dream. Surprise, surprise. But how or in which manner is really, really under a shroud of mystery. While for other people, it's about the home. It's a home that you thought, or having your home, or feeling at home. You thought it was lost. You thought that, okay, I better just accept the situation. And maybe it's not just you, it's you and your partner. Maybe you have a partner and then you, both of you, are living the situation together. That maybe, you say to your partner, well, I don't know, maybe this world is against us or something. Why can't we be happy or find a place, find this, be this, have that? What, insert here, whatever is basically tormenting your lives right now. Of course, not fertility problems, because I already said that. So that's clear. This is for couple who has a different issue. It's not over yet. You might not see it right now, but you do feel hope knocking at the door. You do feel serendipitous about it. Three of Cups reversed. So the strange silence where you don't really know what to make of it. Yeah, Three of Swords. So you keep yourself in a rather neutral state. This is where the up and down, the hope and disillusionment cycle, because you don't want to delude yourself and you don't want to break your own heart or feed false hopes into your being. So that's why, actually, yeah. So let's see Pallas Athena. What she might have suggested. Oh. The Hermit, the Wheel, Nine of Fire, Six of Fire. Well, Pallas Athena says that, Well, the Hermit. You know the situation, you know yourself, you know the world, you even know karma. So you have experience, you have knowledge. You're a very, very, how should I say, your common sense is extraordinarily solid. You can truly rely on it. So you're not a person who is, let's say, pushed into illusion or lives something false without you kind of already knowing this, without your acceptance. So we have to start with this. Because you were blessed already with, the hermit. But, as I said, this hermit can also mean solitude. If you were single all that time, solitude. But if you're a couple and either don't have the home that you need, the circumstances that you need, the job that you need, whatever, or you don't have the child to complete your relationship, I can see how this feels lonely. But the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes all it takes is one moment. When Nine of Fire in this deck means like a Kundalini awakening, so the energy shoots up, and Six of Fire victory. You know, wait for it. Because Pallas Athena says that, fate is whimsical. Like, fate is a cruel mistress sometimes. She's very capricious. But that also means that sometimes she can beat the odds just because she can, out of her own capriciousness. Sometimes that is against us, other times it's actually so much in our favor that we have no idea. So, thank you everyone who has chosen High Priestess Bablina. Until next time, bye for now. So finally, Ranger Bablina. Like for the other bubblies, we're just gonna look at what part of the adventure you're on. So, the present, and then guidance from Pallas Athena. There. Oh. Well, yeah, Mars retrograde in Gemini. Even experienced people become kind of clumsy. Okay, so after this, sorry, let's see. Temperance reversed, Nine of Pentacles. Fool. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Blame Mar. Okay. Oh, the Hermit. Empress reversed. Nine of Wands. Four of Wands. King of Swords. And Nine of Cups. Okay, so the message here is clear. The Temperance reverse. Now, you might be experiencing a moment of imbalance. Maybe Chiron is very activated in your chart. Either the transiting Chiron by something or your natal Chiron. Because there is a wounding here and that's a bit triggered. But the thing is, there is the dimension of how you feel life right now, and there is a more objective perspective. As in a more, not necessarily objective, but cold rational in that sense. So the King of Swords, let's say, perspective, where, it is what it is. And very rarely we get caught up in the what it is, this, which kind of, we give it all that much more importance, if you know what I mean, and then everything else is distorted. For you, it's the opposite. The it is what it is actually quite alright. In the sense that there is opportunity in your life, you have some great strength, even now, right now, within you, in your hands, or you have something with either a talent, either a business, either an idea, either you're living something that feels truly right. You're not passive, you're doing something. But because, no, as I said, either there is a wounding, or a very tough period not so long ago broke your confidence. And when I say broke your confidence, not necessarily with a specific thing, exactly, generally. It's like you don't even want to feel confident. You are scared of feeling confident, Empress reversed. And that might be the problem why you might be experiencing things much more lower than they actually are, quite much lower than they are. As I said, it is actually the cold, rational way of looking at your life that reflects the more objective truth, as in, you have the choice, or you could be quite alright because you actually have something. You have something really, really good that you should be very, very proud of, and that, if you focus on it, propulses you somewhere. It pushes you, leaps you somewhere. But the fact that you don't even want to feel all that confident right now, in a psychological way, that also makes sense, of course. And the fact that you're not gonna go anywhere in your desired timing without confidence, well, that's also a fact. So, in a way, it's difficult, but because maybe this is where right now, spiritually, where maybe spiritual is usually your strong point, but right now, spiritually, you feel weak because you don't even want to feel confident. Like, you're almost like insisting on a surrendered state. Because, of course, when you're surrendered, the universe kind of. If Ranger Bublina, this is where she puts down her bow and arrow, and then all that's left is nature, her skill in nature to help her out. Like it or not, her owl, I don't know, her pet bear, her owl, or whatever helps her all the time and does everything for her because she's not feeling too well. So, of course, the universe provides or helps or is infinitely sympathetic to you, but it's not moving either you or the universe forward because you're surrendered, okay, and it's sympathetic, but you need to truly build up your confidence. And with this Nine of Cups, with the Four of Wands, tells me that maybe someone else will do it for you. Now, either you'll be put in a situation where you'll see someone struggling, or someone needs, or something that you're really good at, or can do, or excellent at, and you step in either out of a joke or out of humanity, or let me do it. I know this. Let me help you. Regardless in which way, shape, and form, virtually, in real life, or but you will have a moment of shine, and you can imagine that whatever you're gonna do is gonna push you into the confidence, because it would be stupid for you not to have confidence anymore. It will be like a kind of confirmation or event, communication, feedback, or just random weird situation that puts you in a true light. Not, I wanted to say favorable light, but it's not favorable, it's just true. That is really gonna help you out with your confidence. Because you will, after that, will think, well, it's actually even silly for me not to have confidence. It's silly already, so yeah. Eight of Earth. The World. Three of Fire. Passion. Maybe this Eight of Earth for some of you guys is actual drumming. Playing a musical instrument that you're shy to play, or sing when you're shy but you actually have a good singing voice, or show your talents, show what you can do, but you're shy and don't do it. And the World card, well, Pallas Athena says that sometimes things just complete and there is no way to stop them, and maybe you'll be exactly subject to that, because when someone has a very strong Saturn at something, in the sense that they truly worked for it and they own it, they have it, life will put them out there on the stage. So maybe Pallas Athena sends you a moment of spotlight. So be there and shine unapologetically. Well, I guess this concludes the reading for Ranger Bublina and all of the pick a card. So as a farewell, I'm gonna invite every bubbly back. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for all the love, all the kindness, all the support. Thank you for keeping me alive. If you'd like to support me and my work, you can donate in the PayPal link in the description below. And with this being said, wishing everyone a blessed adventure, and may Pallas Athena truly shine in your life to give you, the best possible outcome to your adventure.